Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing okay. If you are new here, my name is Lydia. You can go and follow me on Instagram at Lydia Tomlinson. And also don't forget to subscribe if you are new. That would mean a lot to me. So let's get cracking on with the video. It's going to be a low bun tutorial, and the reason I'm doing that is because I get asked a lot about how to do it, and it is just so simple that I thought I'd just chuck it together quickly in a YouTube video so you can see what I do. So I've kind of got what you'd call long short hair. It's like almost a bit medium length. But I feel like you can do this with any hair length. Personally, I found it a little bit easier when I had longer hair, so I could really kind of get it nice and tight and all like no flicky bits out. So sometimes with my hair this length, it seems to flick out a bit, but I'm gonna do my best. It's not absolutely perfect, it's just something you can easily do in 5 minutes and it looks quite chic. So you don't need that much to do this, and I particularly think it looks nice if you've got something like this blouse on that's a little bit more feminine, puff sleeves and frilly, and then to have a bit more of a sleeked back hair as like a bit of a contrast. I think that looks really nice, but I wear my hair like that all the time. I just think it's really chic, simple, and great if it's out in the wind and the wind's everywhere and your hair's fine. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my Batiste brush. I'm just going to give it a quick brush through. I have just brushed it. You'll see that my parting at the moment is slightly at the side, but I want it a little bit more central. So the best way to do that is with one of these tail combs. You can get these anywhere. I think mine was from Superdrug. And I'm going to find the kind of center. I'm just going to go from my nose. I always find that I don't know whether my face is not symmetrical, but it never looks exactly central, but I try and kind of do my best. So that looks kind of central to me. It might take a couple of goes. Find the middle part. That looks a little bit more central. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a little spritz with some dry shampoo because I have just washed it, and I find this hairstyle is better with slightly unwashed hair, as most hairstyles are. I exercise most days first thing in the morning and I need to wash my hair afterwards. You know, I have to usually do it with dry. This is just my hair dried naturally. I've not straightened it or anything, but I think it would be better if you do have a little wave in your hair or it's curly, then keep it that way. And then what I'm gonna do is slightly back comb the bottom, not too much, don't want to damage the hair. Sometimes I back comb it, sometimes I don't, depending on what I could be bothered doing, but I'll obviously do it the more professional way today. So I'm gonna spritz it with a bit of texturizing spray from Colour Wow. I'll link this below, but I think, to be honest, any kind of hairspray or texturizing spray works for this. It doesn't need to be a specific brand as such. So just kind of smooth it down. I'm gonna smooth just like round the back a bit, like that. And all you really need now are some hair ties bobbles. I just get them in more of a lighter blondie shade because of my hair colour. I don't do anything fancy, as in wrap any hair around. I'll just take it at the nape of the neck there. All the hair. I'll try and smooth it down all around the sides where possible. This is really hard without a mirror. I've got a little mirror down by the side of me, but it's not the same as a big mirror right in front. So once I'm happy that it's fairly smooth all round, like that, I'll just take the front bits and kind of make sure they're quite flat around the front, around the face, and kind of bring them ever so slightly down. So this might take a couple of goes, but it's really easy. And you know, sometimes it's nicer to have it slightly more messy. So I'm just gonna take the bottom of it like that, get my finger, whirl it as much as I can, and then wrap it upwards, keep my finger there, wrap it up, and round to about there, and keep my hand there. Did you see that? So I'll come even closer so you can see it. So I'll grab this bit here, wrap it around one of my fingers, take it all the way round and in. Sometimes I try and tuck these stray bits under like that. Then I'll keep it in place, get my bobble, wrap it on, kind of do it a couple of times. You know what, I'm actually quite impressed with how that turned out. So usually, just to keep it in extra place, I'll put a couple more bubbles around it. Sometimes it takes 10 bubbles, sometimes it takes 2. So just depending on what the bun is doing that day, and then it's more secure. And then what I do is take a couple of pins like this, and I'll just get this little bit that's coming out and kind of shove the pin through that bit and up into the bun, so it's nice and secure. And I'll just do that a couple of times, usually depending on like what the bun needs. So you can see it's got all its shape now. I'm just gonna get a bit of hairspray and flatten the top and smooth it a little bit. You can use any You can use any hairspray for this and just kind of smooth it on like that so it's nice and smooth. Now the final thing and the icing on the cake is to use this. I mean, this is a brow gel. It's a clear brow gel, and this one is from Model Coat, but it can be from any store. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's a clear brow gel, then I think it's absolutely fine. Usually the best is when it's gone a little bit tacky and you've kind of used it and then it's just, yeah, a bit at the end, because you don't want loads of kind of the grease going onto your hair, just a little bit to smooth it down. So I'm gonna come closer again. And can you see the flyaways? I think you can just about. I'm gonna get the wand and just smooth those ever so slightly down. I don't take it all the way down, so it doesn't really need it. Just smooth, 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 smooth. So you can see, well, I can definitely see, hopefully you can as well, that that's looking a lot smoother. So you can see there, less flyaways, and then just secure that with a little bit more hairspray on top to keep them in place. So that is it, my kind of low bun, chic, slicked back hairdo. I hope you've enjoyed it. It is honestly so easy, and you just kind of need a little bit of practice, and also don't feel like like I would put 10 bubbles in my hair sometimes to keep it in place. So don't feel just because I've put a certain amount in, you need to do that. Just kind of do what works with your hair, but kind of follow the overall technique to get the overall look. And you might need more clips if you've got longer hair or little bits poking out at the back. I usually find as the day goes on, I'll maybe add a bubble or a clip or two just to keep it in place and kind of zhuzh up the hairspray a little bit. But to be honest, overall it does stay in place. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you in my next one.